Hello, adventurous learners, and a very warm welcome back to Grow English Mastery. I'm Scarlett, and I'm excited to take you on a journey today into the life of one of the world's most charismatic, unconventional, and successful entrepreneurs. Have you ever thought about what it takes to build a global brand that spans dozens of different industries, all while having a lot of fun? Today, we're exploring the incredible story of Sir Richard Branson, the founder of the Virgin Group. From a student magazine to music, airlines, trains, mobile phones, and even space travel, Richard Branson has built an empire based on a spirit of adventure, a knack for challenging the status quo, and a brilliant understanding of branding. His story is one of resilience, bold risk-taking, and a unique approach to business. It's an inspiring and entertaining topic for our A2-B1 English learners, offering great insights into entrepreneurship and the power of a strong brand identity. Why is learning about Richard Branson important? His journey is a masterclass in thinking differently, embracing challenges, and building businesses that people love. He shows that you don't always have to follow the traditional rules to achieve massive success. For English learners, discussing his life and the Virgin story provides a vibrant context for vocabulary related to business, innovation, branding, and adventure. Our goals for this session are to understand Richard Branson's entrepreneurial journey from his early ventures to the global Virgin Group, to explore his unique business philosophy and his famous publicity stunts, and to appreciate his impact on various industries and his philanthropic efforts. And, as always, we'll highlight useful English vocabulary and grammar to help you discuss this iconic entrepreneur. So, let's get ready to be inspired by the maverick spirit of Richard Branson. Richard Charles Nicholas Branson was born on July 18, 1950, in Blackheath, London, England. His childhood was not always easy. He struggled with dyslexia, a learning difficulty that affects reading and writing, which made his school years challenging. His headmaster famously told him he would either end up in prison or become a millionaire. It turns out the latter prediction was an understatement. Despite his academic struggles, Branson showed entrepreneurial flair from a young age. His mother, Eve Branson, was a particularly strong influence, always encouraging her children to be independent and to take on challenges. At the age of just 16, while still a student, Richard started his first successful business venture, a magazine called Student. The magazine aimed to be a voice for young people and featured interviews with famous personalities. It was through running this magazine that he began to learn the basics of business, including advertising and distribution. To help fund the magazine, Branson and his team started a mail-order record business in 1970, calling it Virgin Mail Order. Why Virgin? Because they were all new to business, complete virgins at it. This mail-order business was successful enough that they were able to open a small record shop on Oxford Street in London. The real breakthrough came in 1972 when Branson co-founded Virgin Records, a record label. Virgin Records took a chance on unconventional and often controversial artists that other labels might have overlooked. Their first major success was with Mike Oldfield's album Tubular Bells in 1973, which became a massive hit and provided the financial foundation for the label's growth. Virgin Records went on to sign hugely influential artists like the Sex Pistols, Culture Club, Phil Collins, and Janet Jackson, becoming one of the world's top record labels. But Richard Branson's ambitions didn't stop with music. He had a vision of building a brand that could extend into many different areas, always with a focus on providing better value, better customer service, and a bit of fun, often by challenging large established companies. One of his most famous and audacious ventures was launching Virgin Atlantic Airline in 1984. The airline industry was dominated by big, established carriers. Many people thought he was crazy to try to compete. Legend has it that the idea came when his flight to Puerto Rico was canceled, and he chartered a plane and humorously sold seats to other stranded passengers. Virgin Atlantic quickly gained a reputation for its innovative service, its focus on the passenger experience, like onboard entertainment and better food, and its cheeky marketing. This Virgin approach, identifying industries where customers were underserved or overcharged and then launching a Virgin-branded company to shake things up, became his signature strategy. Over the decades, the Virgin Group has expanded into an astonishing array of sectors. These include Virgin Megastores, music and entertainment retail, Virgin Trains, rail travel, Virgin Mobile, mobile phone services, Virgin Money, financial services, Virgin Active, health clubs, Virgin Holidays, travel and tourism, and perhaps his most ambitious venture, Virgin Galactic, aiming to make commercial space travel a reality. Richard Branson himself is a core part of the Virgin brand. He is known for his adventurous spirit, his long hair, his casual style, and his love of publicity stunts. He has undertaken numerous record-breaking attempts in hot air balloons and boats, which, while not always successful, generated massive media attention for the Virgin brand. His approachable, down-to-earth, and fun-loving persona has made him one of the most recognizable and popular business leaders in the world. His business philosophy often emphasizes empowering employees, fostering a fun work environment, and taking care of customers. He is also a strong advocate for entrepreneurship and has spoken extensively about the importance of taking risks and learning from failures. He has written several autobiographies, including Losing My Virginity, which detail his adventurous life and business career. Beyond business, Richard Branson is also known for his commitment to philanthropy and addressing global issues. He founded Virgin Unite, the nonprofit foundation of the Virgin Group, which supports entrepreneurial approaches to social and environmental problems. He was also instrumental in forming the Elders, an independent group of global leaders working together for peace, justice, and human rights, initially convened by Nelson Mandela. Now, let's focus on some grammar points that are useful when discussing an entrepreneurial journey filled with diverse ventures like Richard Branson's. First, the past simple tense, essential for narrating his life story and the creation of his businesses. Richard Branson was born in London in 1950. He started his first business, Student Magazine, at age 16. Virgin Records signed many famous artists. He launched Virgin Atlantic in 1984. The Virgin Group expanded into numerous industries. Second, used to plus infinitive, to talk about past habits or states that are no longer true. He used to struggle with dyslexia in school. Virgin Records used to be a small mail-order company before it became a major label. People used to think it was impossible to compete with major airlines. Third, present perfect tense, to discuss achievements and ventures that have a connection to the present or are ongoing in their impact. Richard Branson has built a global empire under the Virgin brand. The Virgin Group has launched companies in many different sectors. He has always championed better customer service. Virgin Unite has supported various social and environmental causes. Fourth, phrasal verbs common in business contexts. Set up a business. He set up Virgin Mail Order to fund his magazine. Take on a challenge competitors. Virgin Atlantic was set up to take on established airlines. Branch out into new areas. The company branched out from music into travel and other sectors. Pay off for an investment or risk to be successful. His risky ventures often paid off. Give up to stop trying. Despite failures, he never gave up on his ambitious ideas. Let's explore some effective ways to practice English using the story of Richard Branson and the Virgin Group. For listening, watch interviews with Richard Branson, documentaries about his life or Virgin, or talks he has given about entrepreneurship. He has a very engaging and accessible speaking style. For speaking, discuss Richard Branson's business philosophy. What makes his approach to business different? What do you think are the key reasons for Virgin's success? Talk about a Virgin company. For reading. Read articles about Richard Branson, the Virgin Group, or stories of entrepreneurship. His autobiographies, like Losing My Virginity, can be interesting if you're looking for a longer read, perhaps starting with summaries or excerpts. For writing, write a short profile of Richard Branson highlighting his key achievements and characteristics. Or, imagine you are starting a new business. What industry would you choose and what Virgin-like approach might you take? Now, let's explore 10 key vocabulary words related to Richard Branson, entrepreneurship, and branding. Entrepreneur, noun. A person who organizes and operates a business or businesses, taking on greater than normal financial risks in order to do so. Richard Branson is a globally recognized entrepreneur. Successful entrepreneurs often possess qualities like vision, resilience, and a willingness to take risks. She started her own company and became a successful entrepreneur. Brand, noun. A type of product manufactured by a particular company under a particular name. Also, the name, term, design, symbol, or any other feature that identifies one seller's good or service as distinct from those of two other sellers. Virgin is one of the most recognizable brands in the world. Building a strong brand identity is crucial for business success. Consumers often choose products based on brand loyalty. Venture, noun. A risky or daring journey or undertaking. A business enterprise involving risk. Launching an airline was a bold venture for Richard Branson. His latest venture is in the field of renewable energy. Starting any new business is a venture into the unknown. Conglomerate, noun. a large corporation formed by the merging of separate and diverse firms. The Virgin Group is a multinational conglomerate with businesses in many sectors. A conglomerate may own companies in unrelated industries. He is the CEO of a large media conglomerate. Maverick, noun, adjective. Noun, an unorthodox or independent-minded person. Adjective, unorthodox. Richard Branson is often described as a business maverick. Noun, he has a maverick approach to business, often challenging traditional norms. Adjective, her maverick ideas were initially criticized but later proved successful. Dyslexia, noun. A general term for disorders that involve difficulty in, i.e., learning to read or interpret words, letters, and other symbols, but that do not affect general intelligence. Richard Branson overcame his struggles with dyslexia to achieve great success. Many successful people have dyslexia and have found ways to use their unique strengths. Schools are providing more support for students with dyslexia. Philanthropy. Noun. The desire to promote the welfare of others, expressed especially by the generous donation of money for good causes. Richard Branson is involved in various philanthropic initiatives through Virgin Unite. Her philanthropy focuses on supporting education and healthcare. Many entrepreneurs engage in philanthropy later in their careers. Publicity stunt, noun phrase. An event or action done primarily to attract public attention. Richard Branson is famous for his elaborate publicity stunts to promote Virgin. The company organized a publicity stunt involving a hot air balloon. While some publicity stunts are effective, others can backfire. Customer service, noun phrase. The assistance and advice provided by a company to those people who buy or use its products or services. Virgin brands are often known for their focus on good customer service. Excellent customer service can lead to greater customer loyalty. She called customer service to complain about the faulty product. Diversification, noun. The process of a business enlarging or varying its range of products or field of operation. The diversification of the Virgin Group into many industries is a key part of its strategy. Diversification can help a company reduce its reliance on a single market. His investment strategy involves diversification across different asset classes. Practice using these words. Try incorporating them into sentences about Richard Branson, business strategies, or branding. Let's look at some more grammar examples, focusing on Richard Branson and the Virgin Group. Describing his approach and Virgin's ethos. Branson, who is known for his adventurous spirit, often uses unconventional marketing, non-restrictive relative clause. The Virgin brand aims to be fun, innovative, and customer-focused. Infinitive of purpose, characteristic. Despite facing numerous setbacks, he has always maintained a positive attitude. Prepositional phrase. With despite plus gerund. Talking about the growth and expansion of Virgin. Having started with a student magazine, he went on to build a global empire. Perfect participle phrase plus. Go on to do something. Virgin Atlantic was launched to challenge the dominance of established airlines. Passive past simple plus infinitive of purpose. If he hadn't taken so many risks, the Virgin Group might not exist today. Third conditional for a hypothetical past impacting the present, reflecting on his broader impact. He is seen by many as an inspirational figure for aspiring entrepreneurs. Present passive with see as. Not only does he run successful businesses, but he also dedicates time to philanthropy. Inversion with not only, but also for emphasis. His willingness to challenge the norm has disrupted several industries. Infinitive phrase as part of a noun phrase plus present perfect. These examples illustrate how we can use various grammatical structures to discuss the multifaceted career of an entrepreneur like Richard Branson and the broad reach of his enterprises. Richard. Branson's story is a compelling saga of entrepreneurial zeal. He embodies the idea that business doesn't have to be dull or overly corporate. His approach has always been to inject fun, personality, and a sense of challenging the establishment into his ventures. This rebel image, combined with a genuine focus on the customer, has been a powerful formula. His struggles with dyslexia in his youth perhaps contributed to his different way of thinking and problem-solving. He has often said that dyslexia taught him to simplify things and to delegate to people with complementary skills. This ability to see things differently and to build strong teams has been crucial to his success. The sheer diversity of the Virgin Group is astonishing. From music to planes, trains, finance, health, and even space, the common thread is the Virgin brand itself, a brand built on Branson's own image of adventure, innovation, and a touch of irreverence. His publicity stunts, like attempting to cross the Atlantic in a hot air balloon or kite surfing across the English Channel, were not just personal adventures, they were masterclasses in brand building, generating enormous global media coverage. For Virgin, of course, not all of his ventures have been successful. There have been failures along the way, which he openly acknowledges. His philosophy seems to be that if you're not failing sometimes, you're not trying hard enough or taking enough risks. This resilience and willingness to learn from mistakes is a key lesson from his career. His commitment to social and environmental causes through Virgin Unite and his involvement with the elders also shows a broader sense of responsibility beyond just making profits. He has used his platform and resources to advocate for change on issues like climate change, conflict resolution, and drug policy reform. For those of us learning English, Richard Branson's story and his very public persona offer a wealth of accessible material. He is a natural communicator, and his adventures and business insights are widely documented. As we conclude our session on the remarkable Sir Richard Branson, let's summarize the key takeaways. First, we learned about Richard Branson's early life, his challenges with dyslexia, and his entrepreneurial beginnings with Student Magazine and Virgin Records. Second, we explored the incredible growth and diversification of the Virgin Group into a global conglomerate spanning numerous industries, driven by a unique brand philosophy. Third, we highlighted his persona as an adventurous, risk-taking entrepreneur, his famous publicity stunts, and his focus on customer service and a fun work culture. We also touched upon his significant philanthropic work. Fourth, We reviewed essential grammar for discussing entrepreneurship, including the past simple, used to, present perfect, and common business phrasal verbs. We also expanded our vocabulary with terms such as entrepreneur, brand, venture, conglomerate, and Maverick. And finally, we drew inspiration from his unconventional approach to business, his resilience in the face of challenges, and his enduring belief in making a positive difference while having fun. I hope this exploration of Richard Branson's dynamic life has not only been beneficial for your English practice, but has also sparked your own entrepreneurial or adventurous spirit. Thank you for joining me today on Grow English Mastery. What aspect of Richard Branson's story or the Virgin brand do you find most interesting or inspiring? Are there other entrepreneurs whose unconventional approaches you admire? Please share your thoughts, insights, and any questions in the comments section below. Your active participation is always a highlight. If you found this story of a maverick entrepreneur engaging and it helped your English learning, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps our channel. And if you haven't subscribed to Grow English Mastery yet, please make sure to do so and click the notification bell so you won't miss our future lessons. Sharing this video with friends or anyone interested in business, branding, or stories of bold entrepreneurship would be wonderful. Keep learning, keep challenging the status quo in your own way, and don't be afraid to take calculated risks. Until next time, take care and happy learning. Cheers.